Okay, so, let's start with, Falcon Winter Soldier, episode 3. What did you think of it, Luke?
I really enjoyed it.
Yes? Good. That's a good start.
It's like when you're doing an exam, isn't it? And you're like, you do your point and they're like, now explanation? Like, yeah.
Yeah, and now show your work, please.
Yeah. No, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. I thought very similar to the second episode with regards to pacing. I thought similar sort of pace. I just really like the direction it's going in. I didn't expect myself to like this show half as much as I am, and I'm really, really glued to it. And I'm really glued, and not in a way that with WandaVision, which I think harmed it. It wasn't like leaving me going with so many questions. Yeah,
it's like we said. I think we said it when WandaVision was going on. Sort of Falcon Winter Soldier it's gonna be missions, and you're just gonna be moving along with the story, and the story unfolds in front of you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be twists and turns. Whilst WandaVision, I think it fell into the trap of always hinting to something else going on. It's hinting at a bigger, larger story compared to Falcon and Soldier. You're just going along that journey, and you're then meeting Zemo, and he's saying, right, we got to go here because they're going to give us answers, and we'll move on from there. But I'm not like, oh, what's all that about? Yeah. Then it's just okay. I'll just experience what the story is.
Yeah, Zemo's a great character.
Daniel Bruhl in this was fantastic. What did you think of his dance moves in the nightclub?
Beautiful.
It was great, wasn't it? Great. What a weird cut. What a weird cut. I was. It
works
so
though. It worked.
It didn't work.
It worked for me. I liked it.
I was like, what a weird 3 seconds to leave it.
Zemo's been in prison for a while, mate. He's finally just like letting his soul out.
Gonna throw some Jaeger bombs back and get out there, isn't he?
But no, the whole scene was excellent as well. When Bucky wreaks havoc on that bar, that was sick.
Do you think they're hinting at that maybe he can be mind controlled again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that's somewhere where the series will go, that someone kind of gets in his head again, and maybe we'll get a Falcon versus Winter Soldier fight off to end the series?
I think Zemo will try and be the one to do it again, right?
Yeah,
he probably realises that he's quite on edge and that he can, what was the first thing he did when he saw him? He started saying, I reckon that's where that's going to go, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm bored of going that way, though. With
I agree. Winter
Soldier, it's done.
He's such a brutal character. Like, he's Wolverine-esque in his brutality. Do you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, definitely. And then you see, like, his eyes, they kind of look... He does a good look that he just kind of looks dead inside.
Absolutely.
When he's fighting someone.
Absolutely. And I like... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, in that bar scene, he looked like he'd lost control. And I was kind of like, is he going to come back?
I think in his head, I think that he thinks he's past the point of no return. And because I love what happened. I know we're going back to the second episode, but I love what he says to Sam with regards to, like, giving up the shield, saying, like, Cap gave you that shield because, like, he saw something in you, like he said he saw something in me, and maybe he was wrong. Maybe he was wrong all along about giving you the shield, and maybe he was wrong about me. And I love that he keeps questioning. He keeps questioning that. I think that's such a cool sort of like thing we're going down. That's really, really cool. Yeah,
they definitely need to do something with the Winter Soldier, because Bucky is quite a boring character at this point, and they need a story to tell them, and that is a interesting, engaging story to tell them. So yeah, I liked it. I mean, I was getting quite bored of the character in Infinity War, Endgame, all that.
Of course.
So he just hasn't really got much to do. He's just swinging around his metal arm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've got things now, plot threads, which are really going to help bring his character on. Like, for example, obviously, spoiler alert for the ending of this. Obviously, you've got the Wakandan soldier that's now there, and that's now
Io, whatever.
Yeah, what was it? Io, yeah, Io. And yeah, I mean, that's going to cause serious problems now, because they're going to want to kill Zemo, aren't they? And he can't allow them to get Zemo because they haven't done what they needed with that. It's going to cause a lot of, it's going to ruffle the feathers.
Ruffle the feathers. Yeah. She's come along to ruffle some feathers. When Io showed up, I immediately thought, you just couldn't afford Lupita Nyong'o.
That's exactly what I thought as well. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
I was like, you got the budget one in.
Yeah.
You got the budget.
Yeah.
You got the budget one Wakandian in.
Yeah.
And so there we go.
There you go.
it's a bit. But why not? Why not? These are 4 smaller characters. These are 4 to flesh out the minor characters that are in the MCU. So why not get her in?
Absolutely.
And so I wonder where that will go. Do you think it? Because in the MCU, the Wakandans are showed that although they're like ahead of everyone technologically wise, they are very much a revengeful race, and they're quite barbaric. Because Andy Serkis, he's scared of them in Black Panther, isn't he? He's like, you know what they'll do to me? They'll fuck me up, basically. Yeah. So I wonder what their plan of just bring him back and execute Zemo.
I reckon so. That's what they want to do. They're going to want to bring Zemo back with them 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and what? Yeah, answer for his crimes when he killed their king,
He killed the king. Yeah, he killed the king. Like
the original best.
He deserves to die, mate.
Oh, bloody hell! All right, Thanos, why don't you calm down?
I told you I'm a supporter of Thanos' work.
So, and also Carly in this. That's her name, isn't it? That's the woman who's a super soldier.
Yeah.
Carly, what's the Flag Smashers?
Yes.
So she's killing people now.
Yep, she is.
And I guess that was the point that we were supposed to not care about that character, not connect with her. That was the clicking point to go, oh wait, no, maybe she is quite bad. Because the whole time I was like, she's got a point. She's helping people. She seems good at heart. Oh no, wait, she's just murdered a whole building of people. Maybe she is not so good.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's where the conflict comes from, Luke. That's where the conflict comes from.
But everyone has a point in this. You can see everyone. This is why it's such a well-made show up to this point, because you can see all the different points of view from everyone. Like, even when Zemo is talking about the whole, why there shouldn't be superheroes, you get where he's coming from. You get it. Which is why I think it's just such
he hates the super soldiers, doesn't he? Yeah.
You get it. It's just such a smart idea.
Well, they did burn down his country, like he does say. I was a barrack.
And this is something I really come on board. Obviously, they were saying as well about how the last scene he was saying about Sokovia isn't a country anymore and how it's been taken over by its neighbouring countries. I am telling you for a fact that Latveria is one of its neighbouring countries, and the Ultron technology has now been made to make Doctor Doom's empire. I'm telling you that for a fact. It's not speculation, it's fact. You heard it here first.
I'm going to warn you right now, don't go down this road. You had 8 weeks of doing it with WandaVision when you kept shouting Mephisto's name at me. Don't do this.
You were doing it as well. You were shouting it back just as loudly.
But I got lulled into a false sense of security with you. You convinced me.
All right, fine. I'll shut up about Doom.
Like Donald Trump, art of the deal. You done me. You willed me in. And then you said at the start of this series, I will not speculate on what's happening, and now you've done it 3 episodes.
It's not speculation, it's fact. It's fact, mate.
Yeah.
Doom is coming.
So what did you think of Wyatt Russell's John Walker / Captain America? He seems to be turning more angry.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't really do anything in this, did he, really? Let's be honest. But, I mean...
He got spat in the face. I mean, that must have been frustrating.
Well, I mean, I thought we were going to see him pummel that guy.
Yeah, I thought, oh, here we go. This is going to be like... the point, the snapping point where you go, oh, actually, he's a pretty bad bloke, even though everyone said he was. But yes, if Steve Rogers got spat in the face, he'd probably just wipe it off and wouldn't get angry, would he? He was that kind of guy.
Well, but anyway,
would you think you think Steve Rogers would throttle the guy like he did and say, "Do you know who I am?" No, he would never do that.
Steve wouldn't do.
Not my Steve.
Nah, to be fair, not my Steve either. Maybe old man Steve would. But not...
Yeah, but he's lived his life. He's happy. He can do what he likes at that point.
I get the impression that he is slowly changing. Obviously, he is becoming more aggressive. The power has gone to his head. He says that line, doesn't he? Do you know who I am? Like, this humbled soldier, the reason why he got the position in the first place, would never have said something like that. Like... Yeah.
I think... He will play very much a background role in this. That's my prediction anyway. And I think he'll get his hands on some super soldier serum.
Yeah, I agree.
I think. Carly says she has some left, doesn't she? Yeah. So maybe he'll catch up with her. Say, I'm injecting some in. let's fucking have a mad one, basically.
Yeah.
I think, the character's going to become more villainous.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be an out-and-out villain, but I think he'll just be kind of like, the way you are getting the job done is wrong.
Yeah.
Because he does say something like that, doesn't he, to his little psychic? I forget his name. He's called Battlestar in the comics. Lemar Hoskins. He does say, like, do you think they care how we get the job done? Just as long as we get it done. So I think that's obviously, like we spoke about last week when I was explaining to you, like he is kind of good. He's just not as good as Steve Rogers, and he just has different ideals, and that he's like, well, he's kind of like if Captain America was the Punisher, in a sense.
Great way to put it, yeah.
Yeah. If Fred... So I know we said we won't speculate in theories, but fuck it. You've thrown out one. I'm gonna throw you out mine.
Throw me a theory.
Do you think this is setting up the Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
I think they're setting up the Thunderbolts to be led by Baron Zemo, who has done it in the comics. Which when it was the first iteration of the Thunderbolts, it was basically Suicide Squad. It was just villains who they sent on tasks that the Avengers wouldn't do. And then when they redid the Thunderbolts, Hawkeye run it, and it was just reformed villains who were saying, "Yeah, we're heroes now. We're not bad guys anymore." But I think with this, so they'll get Baron Zemo, and I reckon, like you said, General Ross will play a part. I think he'll play a part, and I think there's a strong possibility he becomes the Red Hulk.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think there'll be some super soldier serum.
Yep.
Especially as now they've killed that scientist, maybe they try again. Especially like as Bruce Banner tried, and then obviously he become the Hulk. I think they try again, and General Ross comes Red Hulk. Then you have Taskmaster.
Yep.
From Black Widow. He's knocking about. Well, I guess we don't know what happens to him, but maybe they'll keep him on ice. And you have the Abomination.
I was just about to say, Abomination
yet.
As well, yeah.
And you've got the Leader as well. So, overall, this episode was very, very good. And would you say you are enjoying this more or less than WandaVision? Up to this point.
More. It's given me much, much more. I'm definitely enjoying it more.
Yeah, and I like it's 6 episodes. They're 45 minutes apiece. Yeah. So they are moving at a... Yeah. It is funny that I'm saying they're moving at a quicker rate compared to WandaVision, which was, 9 episodes and 20 minutes long. And I'm saying that was moving at a slow pace.
I agree.
But this, I would say... This is moving at a fast pace.
They made a big mistake making WandaVision 25 minutes. This is so much, and they need to take this model going forward. 6 episodes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes long. This is how they need to keep them going.
Yeah, and like I say, I hate things that leave you on cliffhangers. I hate that. I think it's a really cheap way of telling a story. But there's none of this. It's just they are telling a full story and then saying, right, this is what we're going to do next week, and I'm like, okay. Fine, you can do that next week, So like the Black Panther reveal at the end, I wasn't like, oh god, I need to know what's happening next, because I already feel like this episode told me enough. It told me a coherent story. Yeah. So okay, fine, that's the next step of this story. It feels like it's moving compared to WandaVision that was just hinting at stuff the whole way through, and then the last 2 minutes actually moved the story forward, and you're like, oh fuck me, well what's going to happen next? So,
agreed.
I mean, that's everything I've got to say about Falcon Winter Soldier. Overall, damn good episode, and it's a damn good series.
It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. What episode do you reckon Von Doom makes an appearance?
What episode do you think the Thunderbolts come along?
It's coming, mate. That's a very good theory. I reckon we will see some hints, maybe in a post-credit scene at the very end of the show to that. Seriously.
Yeah. That's my big prediction, that they're going to look for the Thunderbolts, and he's going to be like, we're putting a team together.
Literally.
I'm going to be like, yes.
Here we go.